Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today we are going to do some more canning for Canuary. So we're going to do some Brussels sprouts in my new pressure cooker. And I have this book, Complete Guide to Pressure Canning, here. So we're going to use that. It's sold on Amazon. I can leave it down below, the link to it. Anyway, so I've been studying, okay? And I have a whole bunch of Brussels sprouts that I bought at Flash Food and a whole box full. Now I'm not going to do the whole box. I did give a baggie full away to a friend, and then I'm going to use some fresh for this week for dinner. But it was $5 for a whole box of Brussels sprouts. Let me show you. Okay, some are already on the counter because I was going to weigh them, but I wanted to show you how I was weighing them. So anyway, so this is the box from Flash Foods, and this was pretty much full. I gave a big chunk out, and then obviously those on the counter here, and I'm going to take some more out. So it's a lot, but I couldn't pass up the deal for $5 for all that stuff. I never find Brussels sprouts when it comes to that. My husband's not a huge fan, but he will eat them. My cooking club, we like them, so we're definitely going to use them, and I have that in a few days. And yeah, and I had some bacon that I had thawed out of my freezer, using what I have, right, low spend. And so I'm going to use that up, cook that up to put in with it. And broth and garlic, and I think that's about it. And I'm going to add a little balsamic vinegar into it also. And then we're going to pressure can them, and then we got like a side veggie put away on the shelves, already ready, that I can pull out and use as a side for when, you know, I'm cooking up steaks or cooking up some chicken or whatever. So I'm super excited about it. Can't wait. Okay, so anyway, let's get this baby started. Cheers. Okay, right now I'm gonna saute up some bacon. I chopped it up in small pieces because you're gonna end up putting like some in each of the jars. So I'm gonna saute that up and get it kind of cooked up here. And then we're gonna start on getting enough of our Brussels sprouts out and ready. So I was gonna show you, and I know you've seen these before, right? The better than bouillon. So I have them in my fridge. I might as well use them. I can easily go downstairs and get the chicken stock that's already made, or, you know, in the boxes, in the cans, and stuff like that. But I think what I'm going to do is use some of the chicken one up. But have you ever bought the ham one? It is really good. And I thought, well, to add a little bit more flavor to them, I don't want to overpower it, and I don't want it to be too salty, because I do hear when you pressurize, it intensifies the flavor. But I'm gonna do a little bit of the ham base mixed with the chicken base, since we already got bacon in there, right? And make my bouillon this way, or my broth this way, to put in the jars. So how bad can that be, right? It's gonna be a lot of flavor, which is what I want. Okay, right now we are going to bring the broth to a simmer. So I'm halving this recipe, maybe a little less than half, because I don't know. That's what I'm gonna go with, because I'm trying to use my jar sparingly until I get more jars or use up some of my old jars and eat the food out of them. So here I am doing 8 cups of broth, so it was half and half. I did half of the ham and half of the chicken. And I pulled the bacon out, put it on some paper towel on a plate so it can drain off, because we're just going to separate these in between each of the jars. I'm using pints, and I'm only going to do 5 pints of it. I'm going to see how this goes. Okay, right now we're going to measure out. If you don't have a weigh scale, what is this, a food scale, whatever, I'll tell you approximately how many. These are small though, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to get poundage wise, and I'm gonna do probably about 5 to 6 pounds. Half the recipe calls for 7, but like I said, I'm doing 5 pints. So, and we're raw packing these kinda, so we're not pre-cooking these or anything. So if worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna throw them back in the box. It's fine. So I'm just trying to get, I got 3 pounds out here already. And if they're too big, then you got to cut them in half. But these are all good sizes. So now I got 4 poundages We will be cutting off the ends and peeling off like the loosey-goosey stuff like this off them. So I just wanted to show you how I'm doing this. Maybe we can make a dent in this box. I don't want too big of ones because the big ones I'm going to use for dinner with my cooking club. Because that'll be nice. Oh, one on the floor. Pick it up later. Hopefully Zipper doesn't find it and think it's a ball. Okay. We're getting there, 8.8. There's a pound. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. About probably 2 good handfuls. So probably about 20 to 25 is a pound, depending on your sizing. Shoot, what did I say? Is that 5? 3, 4? This is 5. I'm going to do just a few more. I don't think I need a few more, but I told you, right, that I'm doing pints. So, geez Louise, there's still a lot left. But I need more jars. I got to use up my jars, so I can probably do another couple jars of this. But I got all the small ones, so it works out really well, actually. These were like the perfect size for this stuff. These ginormous compared to the rest of these little guys. They're so cute. I always thought of these as little cabbages for Barbie. Right? Aren't they the perfect size if Barbie went to the grocery store and had to get a little cabbage for dinner? I'm going to pick through and get some smaller. Alright, that's good. That's, what did I say? Probably 6? I don't know. We're going to go with that. That's a good pile. It's a good pile. Okay, so I cut a couple. I'm going to put them in this jar, or this bowl here. Now I'll tell you, if you cut the ends off, most of the loose ones will just peel right off. So it makes it easy peasy. So see how it's like easy? Just getting those little guys off there. Oh, whoops, that one lost a couple extra in the process. So that's nice. Makes it nice. This is probably, I'm not a huge fan of peeling and cutting and all that stuff. So at first I'm like, oh, are you serious right now? But it's not that bad. And if they're too big, cut them in half. You probably don't want them over 2 inches, I think is what the book said. Like this is a larger one, and that one's got like, hold on, oh, that one might be bad, and might keep that out. God knows I got plenty more, right? Going pretty fast. Pretty fast. I'm super excited. And like I said, I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar in with it. Because God knows, if you watched one of my last videos where I decluttered and cleaned my corner cupboard up here in the kitchen, I have enough balsamic vinegar probably for years. I'm not exaggerating. I need to find more recipes with it in it. I do use it. I do love it. I just don't use it enough, and then I buy more because I can't find it in my cupboards. But no more. I'm not doing that lazy way. We're going to make sure we got everything. That's cute. The little one. There's some cute ones in here. I love little things. Alright, let me get these going. You don't need to hang out for all this part. Okay, they're all done. If I need to add a few extra, I will. Now, don't get rid of this. You can make some of this can go with your veggie stock freezers scraps. So I'm going to put some of this in my freezer scrap bag that I have in the freezer, and then I'll make stock with it later once my bag is full. It's got onions in there right now, some celery, some carrots, stuff like that. Yummy, yummy. Okay, so I got my jars. They are warm. And I'm going to put bacon in each one. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and see how much. Spread it out evenly. I ate a few pieces. It's so good. Use it all up. This is my second time pressure canning, so, but I'm pretty confident with that canner I have. I mean, it is really stupid proof. This one, oh, that's the bad guy. Okay, and now let's put a little garlic in there. So I'm gonna just use a little bit of, oh god, I smell garlic. About like what it would be for what, a teaspoon or a clove. A little bit more now. Okay. Now, see how this is gonna go. This is fun. Why not live it up? This one's losing his little shell. Throw that off. Kind of nice when you throw them in here. If they still lose another little piece like this one, they de-shell themselves for you, which is nice. Get down in there, little guys. There we go. Let's reevaluate ourselves. You guys talk to your food? Tell me, do ya? Oh, here's another little shell. These are like the perfect size. Perfecto. Perfecto. I am so excited. My goal is not to have, and I don't know how to say it, like I don't want just jars of green beans or jars of this on my shelves. I want like side dishes or meals. I don't mind, like, because, you know, I have frozen corn. I have a lot of stuff in my freezer. I'm trying to not have my freezer full of so much stuff. We need good headspace here. Look at that. I got too many. Guys, these are already prepared for dinner this week, I guess. So this is nice because it'll be a side. Lost that little guy. Oh yeah, yeah. Way too many. That's okay. I'm trying to see if I can get some smaller ones in here. Fill in the gaps. I got some cute ones. And you need your 1-inch headspace. Oh, come on, I know there's this one a little light. Got some big ones. Use your space wisely. Oh, there's a big gappy space there. Look at that. See? No, we're gonna fill that. Get that little one down in there. Smells so good. And once we get the broth in there, maybe they'll situate. By no means am I an expert at this. This is just me doing this and learning from you guys and learning from books and learning from Facebook groups that I'm in. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure someone will give me a comment on here that I might not be doing this quite right, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So I got all these left. That probably would have done another jar or two, but I'm leaving it at that. This little guy needs to get down there. Whoops, lost a shell. Just trying to get him down in. There we go. And they fit a little bit better. And put another one in there. Okay. I think we're good. Now let's put some juice on these. Okay, right now we're gonna put in, like I said, some balsamic. So I'm gonna put in like a teaspoon? Okay. And now we're gonna ladle, what do I do with my ladle? Ladle some broth into each one of them. You want your 1-inch headspace. I think these are going to be so good. What's in my? Not too much of it. We got to get the air bubbles out too here in a minute, but let's do this first. You could also put salt and pepper down in the base, but because I'm using this ham one, I didn't do salt in it because I'm using some of the ham broth. But I did already put pepper in my bacon because I always cook bacon with pepper on it. So I feel that's okay. Okay, I think we're good. Some broth left, which I may just make up those Brussels sprouts as a lunch for myself. Where's my pokey? Oh, I can't find anything around this kitchen. I just had it. Oh, I don't have one of those pokey things, but it doesn't matter. Right? Ooh, look at them settle. Might be able to get a few more. Clean these jars off. Sure smells good for, well, it's probably the broth, but still. Put this one in here. Get down in there, little guys. Oh, that one's got one. Put one of you in here. Well, you can't see it, but I'm trying to adjust and move some around a little bit. There. I think they're good. Floaters. I could probably put a little more juice in this one. Just a smidge. and this one. Well, actually, I got the air out. I can put them in a few of them. Not too much. There we go. All right, let's do this. Okay, I'm just gonna clean off my edges. Where's my can thingies? Oh, you guys. Put the lid on. Finger tight. It's good to go. I am excited about these. Super excited. Sorry about the lighting over here. And it's actually sunny here today, but I'm over in the corner over here. I don't think my light bulb's burned out in this corner thing. See how this goes. I just dap in this paper towel, which I know if you've watched enough of these shows, you know, with vinegar. Especially because I didn't use a funnel with these, because you really didn't need to. Okay, so I'm going to put these in here. It does fit 5. I couldn't quite remember. It's only my second time using this, and I love it. So now I need 8 cups of water to go in here. Okay, so we're just gonna pour this in. It is warm. My faucet, my sink gets extremely hot. My hot water thing. So here we go. Closing it, locking it, getting this over here. Okay, so now this is very loud. I'm sorry. We're gonna press, no, I lied. High. And then we need 75 minutes or an hour and 15. So I'm gonna hold it like, oh shit, went too far. I always go too far. Okay, and then the valve is, you can either have it tighten. We don't want that yet. We want this up. And then we press start. Then it's gonna do this for a little bit. And then it'll, when it gets its pressure going and stuff, it'll say E10. And then it'll do a countdown to E0. This is dummy proof. It will beep at you, so you can go about you can see how loud it is. You can do whatever it is. Clean up your kitchen, walk out of the room, whatever. It'll beep at you when it's down to that. Then that's when you're going to move that little guy the other way, and then it'll count down from the 75 minutes. And then it'll beep at you when it's done. Then you let it sit for like an hour with the lid the way it is, and then you can pull them out and they will be perfect. So cross our fingers. The first time doing Brussels sprouts, second time doing pressure canning. So let's do this. Okay, I wanted to show you that I put all those scrap pieces in here, and this is what is in my freezer. I just pulled out, and I got onions, like I said, onions. There's some celery. I think there's a little bit of spinach in here, stuff like that. Some carrots, and any vegetables that I have scraps left over, I just throw it in a bag like this, throw it in the freezer, whether I get 1 or 2 of these bags going, and then I make broth out of them. And let me know if you want to see that. I know other people have done it and whatever, but I've done it before. Did I do it? I think I've done it on here already, but I can do it again. Yes, because I did it as I froze it. I froze the broth because at the time I didn't have a pressure canner. So this time I might pressure can it. Probably will do that. So anyway, pretty proud of myself. Okay, just want to show you that. I also want to show you I'm using the rest of them that I had already cleaned up in that measuring cup, and I'm just going to cook them up with some of the broth, the leftover bacon grease that was in the pan. I added some pepper to it, a little bit of garlic, and I'll add some balsamic a little bit, so it'll be kind of like the finished version, I guess, of what these are going to taste like. But I thought I'd cook them up, and that way I got them either for a side later on in the week, or I would probably eat them for lunch during my lunches this week. So that's probably what I'm going to do. All right, here they are. Look how beautiful they are. Still bubbling. Mmm. Yummy. Okay, what'd you think? It wasn't that bad, was it? I'm telling you, if you can save up to get an electric pressure canner, if you're scared, do the electric one. I was scared, and I'm so happy I got one. So, other than that, stay with us for the adventures of other canning for Canuary, and we'll see how it goes. And I don't know what I'm going to do next, so we'll see. I'm getting used to it. I'm liking it. I'm doing another batch right now, and that's what that noise is in the background, so stay tuned. Give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button so you can stick around and see me every time I upload something new, whether we're cooking, canning, crafting. Ooh, those are all seeds. Conley's cooking, canning, and crafting. And I don't know what else I do. Anyway, cheers!